Hello everybody, welcome back to Diamond Paints with Mike. I'm super excited to get back into doing a bit of Uendi and Upendi, the two drafts that we've got here today. Now we are working with selected colours today, so we will be doing a here, there and everywhere sort of session. It won't be necessarily, shall we start again? It won't be necessarily, there we go, a colour block session because we're limited on colours. We have got no trays available at this time. So I think what I would like to start off with first is I think we should get a bit of Upendi done first. So Upendi is this giraffe and Uendi is that one there. So let's get started with Uendi. I did just wax up my pen and now I've lost it again, and that rhymed. I lost I can't believe that, I just literally did that. Oh well, I've got another one here. So right, so let's get some detail into Uendi, sorry, Upendi even. And on Facebook a little while ago they've just announced that unfortunately one of their cheaters has sadly died. So yeah, so it's not very good, and yeah, sadly passed away, which they think he had kidney stones, and humans can actually get that as well. So this colour's quite nice, it's really blending in well. So yeah, let's get off with today. What have I done today? Well, it was an early start to the day because obviously I had to go to work. So I had about an hour or so free before I had to get on the train to leave, and I thought, right, I'm just going to nip to Sainsbury's because I had to do a bit of a shopping. I'm getting really sick of the sight of pizzas at the moment. And I thought I really fancy something like a nice proper meal, you know. When I'm working through the week I don't like to cook. I like to have something quick, which is why I tend to eat pizza, but I thought today I'm going to make the effort to cook. And I mean, you still cook a pizza, but it's not like having to sit there cutting up potatoes and stuff, is it? So I thought, right, I fancy fish and chips and beans. So fish, chips and beans, and I went there and got some coffees, got some other things that I needed, bits and pieces that I need to just for putting in the cupboard throughout the week, or just topping some things up in the freezer and stuff. And I found this fish, and what was interesting is, like, they have all sorts of different fish, but some of the fish were like £4, some were £3, and then I found this great deal jumbo, it's called jumbo fish. You get 2 in a box I think, and it was nectar price £2. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll have that. And then I will only eat specific chips. I can't stand French fries. But the weird thing is I have them with McDonald's. So, so I always go for McCain's. But next to McCain's, I saw a different bag of chips, and they were called Aunt Bessie. Now, Aunt Bessie is not a real person, it's basically like a brand name. So for example, Mr. Kipling, for years people would wonder, who's this Mr. Kipling? And it's not, it's just a name for the company. And yeah, I thought, oh, I don't know about this, I've never tried. I love Aunt Bessie's Yorkshire puddings. When I have a roast dinner, I tend to put the chicken in the Yorkshire pudding and put gravy on it, and pick it up as a sandwich. Oh my god, my mouth's watering thinking about this. I can feel roast dinner coming on Sunday. I really fancy a roast dinner. I haven't had one for like the last month, so I can really feel like a roast dinner coming on. And I thought, I don't really know what they're like. I'll have to get them another time because I don't really want to get them if they're not all that. Now, I reckon they'll be pretty good because anything with Aunt Bessie's is really good. Having said that, I do not like her potatoes. You know, the potatoes that the Aunt Bessie company do, I'm not very fond of them. I find them that they're sort of too, not fluffy, but it feels like a powdery vibe to it. I like to sit there and make my own potatoes. So anyway, I ended up getting the McCains, and I think they were £2 as well. And then I didn't really want a big tub of beans, because with beans I try to not buy, you know, the big tins, because I always find that I never use the rest. And number two, I don't like refrigerating beans because the texture sort of changes. Even though you can put them in the fridge, I don't like them. So I went for half the size. Now the little tins are perfect for one portion, so I got them. And yeah, so that's going to be my dinner tonight: fish, chips and beans. Oh mama, I can't wait. I love beans with over mash as well, gravy over mash. Oh mama. So yeah, I'm going to have fish, chips and beans. So anyway, I've done all my shopping, blah blah blah, and went off to, I was good today, I didn't get any donuts, but they've come out with Maryland Switch cookies, and oh my god, they are gorgeous. They're doing them for 90p at the moment. You get quite a lot in a pack, but they were so good, literally so good. And yeah, so got all my stuff. I really was good today, didn't get any donuts, but ended up picking up a pack of squashy sweets. And the other day when I was in Tesco, they have brought out a tropical version, and I picked them up, but I didn't have enough on me because I don't, that was when it was close to payday, so I didn't have enough on me, and I've had to put them back, and I was like, oh man. So I'll have to get them next time. So anyway, came out of there, and then I had to pop to the well, actually I went to the post office first because I had to post a letter off, because one of the companies I deal with, they do not, for some reason, they've got like an online area where you can send a message, live chat, you can, you know, upload documents and stuff. But the problem is when you write an email on this portal thing, it doesn't allow you to write a full sentence. It's like 20 words. So if I wanted to write a paragraph, it rejects it. They've got no email, so you can't email them. So in the end, I had to post a letter, and I actually put in there the cost of this letter, because they've sent me a bill that I need to pay. And I actually put in the letter, because I've had to write out to you, and I've, you know, had to pay out money for this, I will be deducting £2.77 off this cost. So if they want to argue that with me, then they can, but I will just argue it back, because I don't do phone calls. I hate phoning up companies. If I need to ring a company, that gets passed to my PA, which is my mum, and she does it for me. I cannot stand ringing up places. You know, when they go, oh, can you give us a quick call? No. I don't do calling. I hate it. Hate it. You know, and I always think it's best to have things in writing. So if they go, well, why haven't you done this? I can go, right, well, I have done it. It was there. It was emailed on this date, you know. So yeah, so anyway, paid that off. It's got really expensive. It's almost £3 to send a letter now recorded, because I don't trust standard mail. I wrote a letter to TV licensing a few weeks ago, and they've never ever got back in touch. So, and the stamp that they used is, you know, them horrible ones. They're not like the peel ones, but you know where they get, it's like a pink pad thing, and they dab it in it and then they stick it on. I hate them types of stamps, because I always feel like they're gonna fall off. And he did put like bash it to make it sort of like stick on, but I've got a feeling that they've not received that, because they would have replied to me if they got that, because they have to respond to your mail. So I can't be bothered to write that out again. So it's what it is. If they can't be bothered to reply to me, then unfortunately I can't help you. It's as simple as that. So anyway, I send my mail signed for. Always have, always will. I like the fact, I like to be reassured that I know it's there, because if it's standard, I'm always like, well, has it got there or is it not? And I have to keep emailing to check in. I like to just know that it's been sent. But £2.77, and that was second class, it weren't first. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. And then I went to Greg's, and oh my god, what a fiasco that was. So there I go to Greg's, right, and I got my free sausage and my free sausage roll, right. So I go to Greg's, everyone's sort of like not very happy. They're all hovering around the shop, and I'm thinking, oh my god, what's going on? And it looked as if the shop was actually shut. So I went closer up, and they've put a sign saying up this. So it says, we're sorry, we've had to temporarily close this shop, we'll be back soon. Don't worry, our ovens are still baking at, but they've not said where. And I don't think we have another Greggs in Braintree. As far as I know, the only one that I know of is in George Yard in Braintree. I thought that was a bit blunt, because they've not said what the problem is. Now, it did look like they were mopping the floors, so whether a machine or the toilets broke and it's leaking out, I don't know. But if they're still, it says they're still baking, but it didn't say what shop, so I don't know whether they meant their shop is still baking, or whether another shop is. But if there was another shop, they should have really put that shop so that we know where we can go. But I think they've left it blank, because there is no other one that I know of in the town, and I've lived here since 2015, and I've never known another Greggs to be in the town centre. So I was quite disappointed, because that now means that I've got to go back out there tomorrow to see if I can get it. Because what I normally do is, when I get up for work, I will nip to Greggs, get me 3 sausage rolls, especially on a Monday, get me coffee, sit on the train and have it while I'm going to work. So I was really sort of like annoyed, so I was like, well, I might as well save it for tomorrow, because hopefully, fingers crossed, I get my, I've been teasing Lazy Retired Granny about this LED painting, and I had to prompt the seller because they were taking ages to ship it. So when it sort of gets to like the 3rd day, I will give them a prompt and say, like, when's this going to be sent? And yeah, it was sent out quite late, and then obviously everybody's got it, so God knows how we're going to get on with that, because we've had a lot of problems trying to get the package from Sharon. So I'm just hoping and praying that that arrives okay. So hopefully that'll be in tomorrow. So what I'll do is, if I've got time tomorrow after work, I'll pop there, get it, and then get me free coffee and sausage then. But cause otherwise it means I've got to go Greggs, come back, and then go back again to get the parcel, or take the parcel to work with me, and I really don't want to be doing that. So yeah, so what we'll do, I can see here most of it is G here, so we'll just do Upendi's nose here. So yeah, so ended up having to come back here because I was having a few, had about an hour spare, so I had a couple of biscuits from them Maryland cookie things, and had to have a cup of tea. Like, I was so annoyed because, like, I'm so into that regular routine of going there every Monday, and you know, things, it can't be helped when things are broken. But it did look like some of the staff were actually coming out the shop and going, it looked like they were going home. So I think what they've done is they've shut the shop. Now whether them staff still get paid for that day, I don't know, because it's not their fault, so really they should still get paid for it. So yeah, and now I'm doing this. So it was a fairly sort of quietish day today at work. There was not really many people coming in the shop. I think we only had about 15 items bought today, which is quite low, so clearly nobody wants anything. So yeah, and then I've been having a rummage around on Temu, because I have recently got into Paula over at Paula's Crafty Corner. She's been doing these like bead pens, and I've got some ordered through Temu because I really like all the different pens she does. I think she did a shorts video on it, and I was like, oh my god, I've so got to get some of them. So I've never actually done them before, but apparently you get 3 pens and then you've got 15 different beads, which I don't really understand, because obviously how in the world are you going to fit 15 beads on 3 pens? I mean, it's like 1, 2, 3, perhaps 4 beads per pen, but yeah, I'm not sure if they mean the 15 beads or the 15 pens, but it looked like there was only 3 in the description. So yeah, so Then I've just been sort of catching up with some things that I need to do, put some washing on because I had to get some capsules last night. I can't be arsed with bloody soap, washing powder, and I always find washing powder makes you itch. My brother uses that, and yeah, I can't stand washing powder. I just like the capsule, just chuck it in, let it wash, job done. Because people do say that they're slimy, but I've always got on well with them, really. So yeah, so and then I've just been getting on with some bits and bobs that I need to do. Doing some more letters that I need to send out for some of the charities that I work with, because every now and then they send you like what's called an appeal, and it's basically like basically asking for a donation, but I'll always read it. But if I feel like it doesn't need an appeal or doesn't need a donation, I won't grant it. Well, this one I was satisfied with, so I've issued a postal order, which is like a check, and that will go off to them. So yeah, so I was going to post that today, but there was another letter I needed to get off first, so this other one's not very important. And then they keep sending me raffle tickets, so I had to write another letter and say, look, I don't do raffle tickets. So I've written them a little letter and put the raffle tickets back in there to see if they can give to someone else. I totally disagree with animal charities giving money away for prizes when they claim they need it for the animals. And then whenever you ask them, they sort of like, but the raffle draws up money and only a percentage goes to the animals, and then the rest go on like fundraising the prize. So basically people are donating to then give away in prizes. I totally disagree with that. So I was like, I'm not being part of this raffle thing. So yeah, they can have that back. Now I could have just shredded them, but I feel like, you know, if they can get perhaps another supporter that does like the raffle, then it won't be a waste to them. So because they don't get any government sort of funding, so yeah. Right, I think I'm not going to do right down here because the G's on the neck, so I think we'll just do this area here, and then we need to do a little bit more filling. I think we'll do a bit of the sky after this. So as I say, this session's a little bit all over the place with putting our drills down today. I've actually got an acrylic diamond painting thing coming, and I'm just so like, it's bugging me if it's going to turn up okay or not, because acrylic is very nasty stuff. If that breaks, it just shatters. It's not a very nice material, but it looks really big, what I've got, and I'm trying to bite my tongue here because I don't want to give it away, but yeah, you'll have to wait and see, because apparently it's on the flight at the moment, so it's just departed the flight. So yeah, but did anyone hear that, talking of flights? Apparently 2 EasyJet planes clashed. Apparently they sort of like, I don't know what it was, but it was, one clipped the wing or something. So yeah, hello, ding ding. Who's that? Facebook? Let me guess, another friend's suggestion. Oh yeah, another photo. I don't know who the hell that is, but does anyone else keep getting them? Like, you keep getting like random requests going, friend suggestion, or here's someone you might know, and it's like, no I don't. But yeah, okay, so I'm so tempted to do the rest, but we will leave that there. So let's skip to the top. I'm gonna have a bit of coffee, and then we'll get going on the Oojamaflooge. Right. That reminds me, yeah, I haven't found them all because they're like all scattered everywhere. They're not. So I've got most of Harambe's drills here. I found half of them were in my box, half of them were in the Cadbury tin, half of them were somewhere else. Like, they've been passed everywhere. So yeah, this week on the channel we're doing a little bit of everything. So we're doing a bit more of Elvis, we're doing a bit more of the parrot, a bit more of this, a bit more of Emily the sloth. Apologies I didn't go live Sunday. It was just baking hot and I was just like, I just literally couldn't be arsed, so I just popped into Linda's live stream over at Lazy Retired Granny and just watched that in the end while having a lovely cup of tea, donut, some biscuits. Seriously, like, whenever you buy new things, I don't know about you folks, but I always get one of the item, because if it's a new product and I don't like it, I don't want to buy packs and packs of them. And I thought, I had a feeling I might like these Maryland cookie switch things, and by God, I ate the whole pack within 5 minutes. They are so Moorish, because you know the texture of a cookie, they've got that texture in the bit of the biscuit. It's basically like a cookie with like chocolate filling and then a cookie. It's really, really nice. So I was like, yeah, I'll have them straight for the nose. But it's really nice because you go into Sainsbury's and they're like, bam, right in front of you, because it's like the promotion shelf. And it really made me laugh because Sainsbury's are promoting Galaxy at £1.70. Now, I'm sorry, but that's not a promotion. Like, who in the world is going to pay £1.70 on that? I mean, it's near enough £2 a bar. Like, that's crazy. What happened to the good old days where it used to be like £1.25, you know? But that's the problem, you know, all convenience stores, they will always sell like at ridiculous costs because apparently they're a convenience store. But it's not convenient, is it? Paying £1.75, that's not a convenient. And then I was watching Angela, Haunting Going On with Angela's live journey, and she's been doing this lovely bookshop unboxing, and she had a lovely painting, and it looked like Lassie. If you've ever seen that film Lassie, oh, it's a lovely, lovely film. It's a lovely dog. I can't remember. See what we can find. Alexa, what breed was Lassie the dog?
According to Wikipedia, a breed is a specific group of breedable domestic
Oh no.
appearance.
Alexa, what breed of dog is Lassie the dog?
From Wikipedia.org. Lassie is a fictional female rough collie dog and is featured in a 1998 short story
Alexa,
by Eric Knight.
stop. So, did she say a border collie dog or something like that? So yeah. Yeah, I'm really sorry, I totally forgot to upload more of Elvis. I'm a little bit backlogged with that. So yeah, he's got a bit deserted at the moment. But yeah, the next session of this, we'll try to get it back into like a blocking situation. I've just not had the time, and I don't really want to like sit here trying to find them, because while we've got daylight, I do all my filming in natural daylight. I don't like doing it in like a light, if you get me. Daylight is the best. But today we've got a really lovely day today. It's not hot, it's very sort of breezy, it's lovely and cool, and yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah. Talking of which, let's do a weather forecast. Alexa, what's the weather forecast today, please, love?
Currently, in Braintree it's 20 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect overcast weather with a high of 22 degrees
Whoops.
and a low of 13 degrees.
Whoops, upside here, see whoops upside your head. Whoops, upside your head, see whoops upside your head, oh yeah. Oh dear, I love singing so much. Absolutely love singing. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you? Is it the Pussycat Dolls that sing that? Can't remember now. Linda's probably gonna Google it for me. So yeah, she's doing a new series on a Monday where she teams up with Julie Sears, and they basically do like a mystery Monday. So everyone's got like mystery paintings, and then they count it down. So they'll go 3, 2, 1, and then they'll show you what the mystery is. And I actually have got a mystery painting, but it would take me quite a long time to get to a stage where I've got some progress on it. So because I'd have to find it, I'd have to kit up all the drills, I'd have to find the schematic. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of mystery paintings. I like to know what I'm working on. So, I mean, I obviously need to challenge myself to do one, because with diamond painting, you want to try and, you know, try everything. So, yeah. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you? Don't you? Someone actually commented on here. It was so funny, because I put on my community tab something to do with I've cancelled the live stream due to hot weather, and someone said quack quack, something to do with I could go for a swim in the pond or something. It did make me laugh. So my friend Livy, well, her name's Olivia, but she likes to be called Livy. She actually swims, because her house, she has a pond, because they live on a farm, and she actually swims in the pond. Now, I wouldn't be able to do that because I can't swim. So, but yeah, like, could you imagine actually swimming in a pond? Because there's fish in there as well, like, and then bashing into a fish. No, I like, and especially with like all the algae and, oh no, I wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, when they were doing the A12, they had to pay the farmer money to like basically sell half of his land, because they didn't have room for more of the A12. So I remember back in the day where every time you went past like a motorway, you would see like a company called Little Chef, and it was like a restaurant on the side of the road. But yeah, I think Little Chef went out of business because there don't seem to be many Little Chefs anymore. I mean, mostly people tend to come off the motorway and go for McDonald's, don't they? So, Alexa, is Little Chef still trading?
Internationalworld.com. Little Chef is not officially operated since 2018, despite some last-ditch attempts to save the brand. It became another nostalgic restaurant lost to time.
Oh, so she was just saying something to do with they tried to save the brand, so looks like another company's gone under now. But 2018, good God. Yeah, we used to always go to Hunstanton, Ossif's, and then on the way back, obviously my nan and granddad used to take us there, and then on the way back, we would stop off there. But I mean, you can easily check if a company's trading. You just log on to Company's House, and there's like a search bar thing, and you can actually search a company. So for example, if I wanted to put in the range, it would bring up like all the directors, all the, you know, where they're trading from and stuff. So you can easily like check when a company is still trading, especially if you've got like a company, say for example you've been emailing them and they just don't respond, and then you try a letter and then they don't respond. The easy way to see if they're still operating is, because it could be that you're not getting a response because they're not operating, but the easiest way to check that is Company's House, because then you can go, right, so they are still trading. So then you've got to go back to the story, back to the drawing board and go, well, why am I not getting a response from this company then? So I mean, normally what I do is if I don't get a response from a company, I will email, and then I'll send a further email about 3 days later. Failing that, it then triggers a letter, so I then will send a letter out. And if they ignore that, I'll try a phone, and then failing that, well, I've never actually got to that stage before, so normally after a letter they sort of jump into action and they're like, oh, sorry for our late reply. It's like, wow, where's the customer service, you know? I think, I could be wrong here, but I got a feeling this is a grape tree because we've got purple here, and I've got just this feeling that it's got like grapes on it. Now, giraffes absolutely love, I can't remember what it is, but there's this special tree, I don't think it's eucalyptus, but there's a tree that they absolutely love, because apparently what they do is they use their tongue to strip down all the leaves, apparently. And I can't remember, but it's in Animal Park. Let me see what I can find on here. Alexa, what is a giraffe's favourite tree? Ah, that's it, acacia. Yes. Oh my god, we should have done an anteater. Oh yes. Oh my god, them animals really, like, they're fascinating, because they do say that, you know, they've got their long nose. Well, on Animal Park, you can learn a lot of things, and they say that their mouth can only open like a smidge, which is why they can only have like ants and stuff. So if they wanted to eat something else, they were saying that the zookeepers have to like mush it up for them to eat. Like, imagine like only being able to like eat that much. But they absolutely love ants. Years ago in our old house, the very sort of first family home where we all sort of grew up, we had this tortoise at the bottom of the garden with an apple tree. It was a, you know, a statue, and we lifted it up, and by god, there were like tens, like thousands upon thousands of ants just crawling around, like coming out of the ground. So there was clearly a massive sort of ant nest there. And then you would put it down, and then like a couple of like weeks later we'd check again, and there's like tons. But during the summer we always used to get ants like literally where the door is. So where your door's probably like the door, what do they call it, like, you know, when you open your door but you've got that ramp thing, it's not like a ramp but a little ledge thing, and they would somehow find their way under that ledge. But they're attracted to sugar, so whether it would be that, but it's like house spiders. A lot of house spiders are attracted to heat. So the big sort of house ones that you get, they will come in because of the heat. And yeah, house spiders don't tend, like the big ones, they don't tend to spin webs. So I don't think I could ever, because I was talking to Uendi about this, because she was telling me that she's petrified of spiders, and I don't think I could ever, you know, when like some people go to the zoo and they might be petrified of a snake, so they hold a snake and then they overcome that fear. I don't think I could ever hold one. Now they do say that tarantulas, how the hell have we got onto spiders? They do actually say that tarantulas are supposed to be very gentle, but I'll tell you a thing about my friend Sarah. Yeah, they do actually say that they're gentle, and people actually hold, oh my god, it's making me cringe here. People actually say that they hold them, because I think under their foot is sticky, but I'm not sure. You can actually get a pink-toed tarantula. Now anyway, so Sarah had a pet tarantula, and she's one of my friends, and one day she thought it was dead because it wasn't moving. And normally I think I've seen it on TV where tarantulas will go and hide in, like, it's like a dome thing, and then they cover the front door up, and then if they want to come out they sort of crawl out. I think it's to protect their young, I can't remember now. But she blew on it because she wasn't sure, like not hard, but you know, just softly to see if it was still alive. She didn't want to touch it. So the tarantula apparently spat hairs at her face. So it's like a defense thing. And apparently I read up that when tarantulas are sort of scared, they will flick hairs, I think it's off their back leg. And she got like this allergic reaction. And yeah, so let me just double check that. Alexa, do tarantulas spit hairs at you?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, let's try and rephrase that. Alexa, why do tarantulas chuck hairs at you?
From straightdate.com. The hairs are an irritant if touched or inhaled, something that the tarantula relies upon to escape larger predators.
Right, yeah, so there you go. Wow, it's been 35 minutes and I think we've done near enough all this sky here today. We'll do some of that too in a minute. So yeah, we've had quite a productive session here today, haven't we? we've talked about shopping, we've done a bit of the post, we've done the kerfuffle with Greg's, we've done bottle banks, because I had to drop a jar off to the bottle bank. We've talked about Girrfes' favourite foods, the acacia tree. We've talked about tarantulas spitting spitting hairs. Like, this is what I say about whip and chats. I love doing whip and chats because every conversation seems to, like, you never know what you're going to talk about, and I never rehearse what I'm going to talk about. I just go with the flow, you know. And yeah, it's just so random. So yeah, I'll have to ask her now, because I'll have to ask her why that actually happened. But apparently after it spat this hair at her, it moved around. So yeah, so maybe they just stay still waiting for prey, because I've actually seen spiders that live in the desert, and it's really weird. They hide under the sand, and it's like a trapdoor thing. Then when they feel something crawl over, they come out of the trap, snatch it, and go back down and let the lid flap. I can't remember what that one's done. Let me see if I can find that. Alexa, what's the name of the spider that has a trapdoor?
From Wikipedia.org. Girrfes is a genus of basal trapdoor spiders in the family Upendi.
That's a very scientific name, so I can't pronounce that, or whatever she said just then. But yeah, I find it hard because I can't watch them. I see them on screen, like I watch a video and I try my hardest to look away, and I can't, because it is fascinating to watch them, but I can't. The minute they start moving, I'm like, right, that's it, turn it off. I can't. Like, some of them just move so quick. Like, you'll go near the web, and then they're like bing, and they're gone, and it's like, how the hell did it just go like that? It's so funny, because like sometimes we've had like spiders in the bottom toilet, right? So my mum's gone over there to try and get it, to put it outside, and where they've built a web, you know that if something's in the web, the spider will go to the item. Well, this spider decided to do the opposite and run out of the web behind the back of the one of the pipes in there. And you sort of think, why have you built the web then? Because obviously they're waiting out to catch the prey, and then they run off in the opposite direction. But I've actually seen videos where there's actually a spider. If you don't like spiders, look away, but it's the only way I can show you. Let me try and show you. Can you see, like, so it's trying to sort of like escape, but the spider obviously wants it to eat, but then the spider's got to be careful not to get stung by the end of that wasp, which is why, as you can see, it's sort of backing away a bit, but it manages to escape, and the spider has lost. But yeah, I've seen similar ones to that, but the wasp like is in the middle, and the spider gets so close, and then it has to back away, because the you know, the natural instinct of a wasp is to sting you. So, but it's such a sad story with bumblebees, because once they sting you, it rips out of the abdomen, and the bee dies, unfortunately. And I have actually heard that apparently when a wasp reproduces, because it uses so much energy, it basically explodes. Like, I'm not even joking. Apparently a wasp can explode. Let me see if I can find some literature on that. So, does a wasp explode after... Yeah, here we go. So, male honeybees, also known as drones, do experience a form of explosive death after mating, but this is unique to honeybees and not wasps. So it was honeybees, but yeah, so yeah, I don't know how the hell we've got onto wasps, but what a bloody busy chat it's been today. So yeah, right, so we've got about 41 minutes, so we've got about 15 minutes to go. Let's try and get some of this gorgeous lilac. Oh my god, this lovely lilac colour here. This is going to be our number 2. So as you can see, this is what makes me think that it's some sort of grape tree. I was going to do some coaster work, but I need some more trays. So yeah, I'll give you an exclusive, but you can see more on Lazy Retired's Granny's completion video. But this is what the banana looks like so far. So shimmery, isn't it? So yeah, I really need to get back to doing that summer one, because while I've not got trays, I can work on them and try and empty them out, you know. But yeah, so right, I've got stone cold coffee here in a minute, so let me just let me just drink some. Oh, lovely. But yeah, I'm gonna try to endeavour to get some trays freed up. I mean, I've got some on here which I'm actually thinking of bagging up. I mean, these ones over here, for example, these are way back from DAC. And they've just sat there because they sit in like a it's like a wooden block thing. So yeah, it's quite a lot of shit. But yeah, if I just show you, they sit in like this wooden block thing, so you see they go into this thing here. But yeah, they've it's just not been something that I wanted to de-kit at the moment, because I used to keep buying them and like these shelving things, but they just take up so much room, so I stopped buying them. So yeah, I mean, it would save having, because when you work on the desk you've got trays swamped everywhere, so it would save, like, because I have to put them on my windowsill as well, so maybe I might invest in some more of them and then just like keep them in the cupboard or something, like when I'm not using them. Just like it would free up so much, because a lot of the trays sit on the windowsill, so it's quite a lot. For example, let me show you. So for example, I've literally got like all these different trays sitting on my windowsill. That's the problem I have with storage at the moment. There is no there's no room anywhere to put these trays. I need a solution, and I do like that thing Linda's got. It's like a big white tray thing with like half a dozen what look like Tic Tac boxes, so that might be an option. But yeah, so I don't know, people. But yeah, when I do an insect theme with the bees, the ladybirds, grasshoppers, I want to do a spider. I'm going to challenge. I don't think I probably could because I can't stand things, but I have to try to overcome that fear. and I'm gonna have to try and do one, because I know it's not real. I mean, it's like this mouse. I bought this mouse and I can't stand the spiders, but because I know that's dead, well, I don't actually know if it's real or not, but because I know it can't move, I'm okay with it. It's really interesting, like, but the minute I see them, I don't like it. And the minute I see them move, I can't stand it. Literally can't stand it. Like, I will keep my eye on that thing until someone gets rid of it. So my sister, she's like me, she will stand on a chair and go, get it, ow, like that. Or she'll, like, if it's in her room, she will not sleep in that room until it's gone. So I'm exactly the same. I'm 32 and I still can't stand spiders. I don't know how people can pick them up. Like, my mum will actually either hoover them up, or she'll pick them up and try and put them out. And I'm like, don't pick it up. You know, you don't know if it's gonna, like, be poisonous or toxic. You know, it could bite you, and then you know, your hands all swollen or something. You know, because it doesn't matter. Some spiders you might think, oh, you know, especially like the money spiders. They're called money spiders because they're, like, so small, but it doesn't matter how big or small they are, they could still have, like, toxic venom in them that can, in some cases, probably kill you. You know, you just don't know. But yeah, it's like the film in Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin, who played Kevin, no, it weren't Macaulay, it was that Daniel Stern. He actually had, because people thought it was a fake spider, but I think they said it was real. So when he screamed, you know, when he screamed when it was on his face, I don't know if that was a puppet or not, because if you scream, that's probably going to, like, cause the spider to sort of perhaps go into defense mode and probably attack you or bite you. So that must have been a puppet. I mean, when it's crawling on the floor, it's obviously, it's real, I think. Let me just check. Alexa, the spider in Home Alone, was it real or fake? Alexa, the spider in Home Alone, was it real? Chi-chi.
Actor Daniel Stern once explained how the tarantula in the legendary Home Alone scene was a real-life, venomous spider.
Ah, right, so it was venomous, which means, I think, not venomous. Alexa, what does venomous mean?
The adjective venomous is usually defined as of an animal having a gland or glands for secreting venom, able to inflict a poison bite.
Yeah. Alexa, stop. Yeah. So apparently they can inflict a poisonous bite. So when he screamed and that spider was on his face, how it didn't, like, venom, I don't know, because in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, some of the series have had series where there's a spider, actually, they might be in, like, a house, or, you know, that globe thing, and I think someone actually said, I can't remember who it was now, but apparently they defang them so that they can't bite. Now, if you defang a spider, they've got no way of eating. I mean, they use their fangs for everything, so yeah, I don't know. Alexa, if you defang a spider, can they still eat?
Bigmom.com. Not many spiders can eat food after it has been thoroughly crushed. Not all of them can.
I didn't ask that, but defang. But when I was watching Charlotte's Web, I had a bit of a Google, and apparently some spiders actually will, let me show you. So, yeah, some spiders, they actually, oh, where is it gone? This is not it either. Yeah, it says here something to do with In certain spider species, mothers sacrifice themselves to feed their young, in process called matrophagy. This seemingly gruesome behavior is actually an evolutionary strategy to ensure the survival of the offspring. The mother spider's body provides a rich source of nutrients for the spiderlings, increasing their chances of survival, growth, and successful hunting. So yeah, like there's so many fascinating things about spiders, but I did not know that they actually sometimes like die to feed their young. I mean, how do they know when they want to die then? Because obviously most animals and humans die of young, you know, or health issues or, you know, old age, but does the spider sort of know when it wants to like die, or does it just die? Because some spiders actually die after, you know, their breeding and stuff, because, you know, it could be old age, exhaustion, you don't know. But yeah, so that's something else I found out as well, because in Charlotte's Web she lays what's called a magliolum or something, and it's like an egg sac. And that's when I thought, because she was telling Templeton the rat something to do with she's dying or something, and then obviously she told Wilbur that she couldn't climb down, so she had to stay there. So Wilbur took the egg sac back to the barn, but apparently that's when it sort of dawned on me, and I thought, so does that mean that she just dies in, like, sits there with her young, or what? And I had a bit of Google, and that's what came up. So this is ever so pretty, isn't it? Wow. So yeah, I wonder what we're going to be talking about on the next whip. I love it when you get a whip and chat and it's very sort of full on talking, you know, and you can really cover quite a large area of things you want to discuss and stuff. So yeah. Oh. Now, we're gonna be doing, what was that other paint in Yes, Harambe? Yeah, we need to get that started soon, because I've literally got the drills, I just don't have trays at the moment. And the thing is, I'm working through half a dozen different paintings just to free up trays, but I wish Timu would come here. Let's see where that is actually. Where is that at the moment? Because that package has got 7 items in it, so that'll give me like 7 trays. Because if they didn't balls up Sharon's package, we would have had that by now, but for some reason Every has ballsed it up as per usual. Yeah, so on here it says, let's have a look here. Yeah, so it is currently right, let's have a look in my book. Right, so at the moment it is currently departed from the airport, so I'd reckon about the end of this week. Be nice if it turned up for Friday, and then I can do that one as an unboxing. But I've got, talking of unboxings, I've got stacks and stacks of unboxings piling up, and I've actually thought about doing perhaps a whip and chat one day and unboxing the next, a whip and chat and one unboxing the next. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for the feedback, Diamond Paint Newton. I am so delighted that I made you laugh with that pink duster. What was it funny in it, just out of interest, because you said you really laughed or something, so I'd be keen to know what made you laugh, if you get me. Yeah, so yeah, if that can get here for Friday, I might use the trays for that, and then we can get Harambe moving. I would like to, I mean, none of these paintings might get finished by the end of August, but